Good evening, everyone. We're going to be doing our October 8th agenda.
Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone. Police Commission, Wednesday, October 8th. In-person regular meeting, 7 p.m. Watertown Town Hall and in the Town Council chambers. Today, we will start with convening our regular meeting with a roll call. Richard Antonetti, Chairman Present.
Robert McCarthy.
David Genetti.
Carmine Verno.
Richard Rossi.
Move on to the items on the agenda. The next one, public participation. If there is anybody who would like to speak, come to the table in the middle of the room, turn on your mic, and we will listen to what you have to say. Is anybody here tonight?
Mr. Chairman, we do have one member who's coming up to the microphone now. That microphone's on, Mr. Pollock.
Oh, they're both
Please
on.
state your name and address, please.
Good evening. My name is Joe Pollack. I live at 173 Middlebury Road. I notice on the agenda, the topic for discussion is speed cameras, a technology in which I am complete favor. I've done a little bit of research on it. We have a situation on Middlebury Road, which I've addressed before the Police Commission, noting that on Middlebury Road, we have upwards of 150,000 trips a month. That's both ways. And that the highest speed recorded on Middlebury Road was 90 miles an hour southbound and 78 miles an hour northbound. I've, on numerous occasions, asked for increased patrols and enforcement on Middlebury Road. The chief has responded, and there have been situations where the people have been given citations, misdemeanors, whatever. However, the situation still continues on Middlebury Road. As I indicated just now, I don't think anybody would accept a speed of 90 miles an hour on a road where the speed limit at that time, I believe, was posted at 25, and it's now 30. As you are probably aware, there are towns in the state of Connecticut who have recently adopted speed cameras. The first one I heard about was Washington, Connecticut, and I contacted the first selectman over there. His name is Jim Britton, and he provided me information. They have two separate locations for speed cameras in Washington. Now, you know that Washington is a small town. I mean, I think Route 47 and 109 are the only two state roads there, and they might have 5,000 people in the town. And he didn't give me when they started with the cameras, but it's this year sometime. And I asked him just within the last week what they have realized from those installations. And this is secondary. This is not the primary purpose that I want this. I support this, okay? The primary purpose is enforcement and improving the safety on our roads. That's most important, okay? However, a very nice secondary result is that in the case of Washington, they've realized, I should say, approximately $300,000 in fines this year, okay? You probably saw a news item recently regarding Middletown, and if I remember correctly, and I don't know what the number of locations they have, but if I remember correctly, Middletown has realized something in the neighborhood of between $500,000 and $600,000 in fines from the installation of these cameras and the catching of these miscreants, if you will, who practice high-speed driving on their roads. Now, as I say, that's a secondary but beneficial point. I can think of several streets offhand, Middlebury Road being one of them, Hamilton Avenue, Buckingham Street, even Main Street. I mean, I've seen reports from the police department where they've clocked people doing 55 miles an hour on Main Street. I know when I was on the town council, Jack Carroll said they stopped somebody on French Street, 2 schools, one police department doing 80 miles an hour. I don't know how they caught him, but they got him. Anyway, the other key benefit from the installation of these types of technologies is that it takes a load off the police department, the patrol division. They don't have to worry about it as much as if these cameras were not involved. The camera's there 24/7, 365. And if it's the repeat offenders who get nailed, so be it. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that it's just, if I'm not mistaken, Chief, it's just the monies come directly to the town, okay? There's no reporting, as I understand it, to the DMV. So if they're stopped, if they get a citation from a speed camera, it's not reported to the DMV, there are no points issued, okay? I prefer to see that, because if you have continuously repeat offenders, you have to have something other than, I think the maximum fine right now is about $50. I think it's 25 the first time, 50 the second, 50, 50, 50 thereafter. It can add up, obviously, at $300,000 in Washington, Connecticut. But in looking over this literature that the chief handed out, it seems there's an awful lot of hoops that we have to go through to justify the installation of these cameras. And I think we can probably justify anything, give them any information they want, which would satisfy the requirements for the installation of these cameras. My only request at this point is it's taking this justification process. Looks like it's going to take a while. There's a lot of documentation, it appears, that's going to be required. I only hope that this commission takes positive action on it today and kicks it up to the town council where they can, in fact, take the action necessary to get these speed cameras installed. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Pollock. We appreciate your work and your concern for the safety of the people of Watertown and for all people on our highways. Thank you again for coming this evening. Let us move on our agenda. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Pollock at this time? Hearing none, we will move forward.
Mr.
Yes?
Chairman, we do have another member of the public who wishes to speak.
Okay, please come forward to the mic.
Catherine Camera, 31 Cottage Place. I would concur with Mr. Pollock's comments about the speed cameras, and we can add Ball Farm Road to those roads too. Got a lot of speeders over there. So the reason I was coming tonight is about political signs being stolen. So we're in the season and it's already started, and they're being stolen out of people's yards. So it's not even like it's in a precarious position. So, and for those of us who work hard to raise the money to buy the signs, it's a bummer, you know. So I know, actually, Mr. Antonetti said, I think it was 2 years ago or whatever, that we'd be taking it pretty seriously. So I just wonder if there could be anything put in the Town Times or put on the website to say that, you know, hey, it's political season, it's a reminder, those signs, you know, there's a penalty if you steal them. It wouldn't be a bad idea, because I think we're going to start having some issues. But as I was driving here, I thought of one other thing that I wanted to mention, and it's the Cobb Street issue with the animals. Have no idea what sparked that to happen, but wow, it was way worse than I knew about, I think, than anybody knew about. It was pretty bad. So, you know, I understand that these complaints come in, you do what you can do. You know, because I have an issue with animals next door to me, not quite like that, but, you know, I just want to say that I know it's hard to listen to people sometimes, and you think, but wow, that woman, like, wow. What was it, 50 animals? I mean, it really was atrocious. So I know it's hard, and you think sometimes people are coming up with stories. I got an animal next door that I swear is going to kill something someday, but nothing you can really do about it. So anyway, I'm glad that however that happened, that it happened, because it obviously needed to. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other speakers?
We have one more, Mr. Chairman.
Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Florian Selenica, 35 Viola Street. So I do have something to say regarding feasibility of the speed cameras. The purpose is to ensure the Commission discussion of the proposed use of speed cameras includes consideration of legal authority, public transparency, privacy, fiscal impact, and compliance with Connecticut law and record-keeping requirements. My concern and questions are legal authority. Does Connecticut law currently authorize municipalities to install and operate automated speed enforcement cameras, or would Watertown require a special act, ordinance, or a partnership with the state DOT? Purpose and justification. What specific issue or data, example, accident reports, speeding compliance, school zone violations, justify considering this program? Site selection criteria. What objective criteria or traffic data will determine camera placement? Who has final approval of those cities? Public transparency. Will residents be notified in advance and signage clearly posted where cameras are in use? Will meeting minutes and policy decision related to the initiative be filed promptly with the town clerk as required by Public Record Administration? Privacy and data handling. Who will own and control any recordings or citation data? How long will such data be retained, and what safeguards ensure compliance with state privacy and records laws, CGS 1-10 and 1-12? Fiscal impact and funding. What are the estimated costs for installation, operation, and maintenance? Would these costs be covered by the town, a vendor partnership, or state grant funding? Citation process and appeals. If citations are issues, who reviews and adjudicates them? How will accuracy and fairness be verified to prevent false and dispute citations? Vendor oversight and accountability. Would the town contract with a third-party vendor, and how will performance accuracy and data integrity be monitored? Records, compliance, and oversights. How will the police department ensure compliance with the Connecticut Freedom of Information Commission Act and Public Record Administration retention schedulers? Pilot program options. Would the Commission consider authorization a limit duration pilot, example 3 months, to assess real-world outcomes and public response before permanent adoption? Those are practically some concerns. I've seen some of the cameras in Falls Avenue, French Street, and at least those two, what I'm saying.
Sir, can you just state your name and address again for your IR?
My name? It's Florian, F-L-O-R-E-L. Selenica, last name S-E-L-E-N-I-C-A, 35 Viola Street. Viola, V-I, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, through you.
Yes.
Chief, do we have another packet that we can, sir, if anyone wants an extra packet, this will answer a lot of your questions. And this is public information, so. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I don't, no others we don't have any other public participants at this time.
Was those packets related to the speed camera? Was that packet related to the speed camera? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is the chief. Those packets are from the State Department of Transportation. They were emailed to all the commissioners in the past few days. They're obtained through the DOT's website.
That will probably give them plenty of information, and we will be following the procedure once the commission makes some sort of decision on speed cameras. But right now, we will move forward with our agenda, and there is an item on our agenda dealing with speed cameras. Is there anyone else to participate? Is there anyone else willing to participate?
That's it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we will close public participation. Item number 4 is the approval of September 10th, 2025 meeting. I need a motion. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion, Chair.
And
Okay,
second, David Genetti.
motion has been made, and I hear a second.
Sorry.
Who made the second?
David Genetti.
Hello? Okay, Dave Janetti. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Okay, correspondence. You have a letter there in regards to the Department Department, I guess, Jerry Laskowski, regarding the RRFB location in the town. Chief, would you explain the RRFB?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. I have received a correspondence from Public Works Director Gerald Lukowski. I received this on Monday, September 22nd, regarding the installation and locations of RRFBs in the town of Watertown. That is an acronym that stands for Rapid Rectangular Flashing Beacons. We already have 2 that are fully installed in town, and one of them right adjacent to the new municipal parking lot on Main Street, and a second on Davis Street by Swift Middle School. The correspondence reads as follows. Quote, "We have been communicating with the Department of Transportation Traffic Engineering, Mr. Rob Smith, on RRFBs. We have requested 8 RRFBs below, and they approved 4 out of the 8 with construction sometime during 2026 or later. These would be funded by the state for design and construction. The one on Davis Street at Swift Middle School is under construction by the state. When all are completed, this will give us a total of 8 locations in town. 3 should be up and running by the end of this year, 2 on Main Street and 1 on Davis Street at Swift Middle School. There would be 1 in the future at French Street when the Steelbrook Greenway is constructed. It would be located near French at Depot. And 4 further ones are approved by the DOT as follows. Bear with me here. Echo Lake at Seaman Company Drive, as the Steelbrook Greenway will continue over to Echo Lake Road. We have Buckingham Street at Hadley Street. We have Buckingham at Hillside, and Hamilton Avenue at Hamilton Lane. As you can see, most of these are located within school zones at crosswalks that are staffed by crossing guards, so they'll be able to hit the button and turn on the lights for greater visibility for crossing students at busy crosswalks. Any questions on the first correspondence?
Chief, what I have to comment on, I've been talking with the town manager on these flashing beacons. I think more education is needed to the driving public as to what they have to do when they approach the flashing beacon. They are supposed to make a full, complete stop and permit the person or persons to make the crossing safely. They have to make a full stop. I have talked to the manager, and he says he will be working on some publicity, but I think it is also very important that we put out information regarding these beacons. And since we are going to be receiving more, the public and the driving public should become totally aware of what they must do. I am not familiar with, is there any fine for violation of those beacons? Would it be the same as just a simple crosswalk? Chief, can you answer that?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, you're exactly correct on that. When a pedestrian is intending on crossing the crosswalk and activates those RRFBs, it follows current law stating that when a pedestrian signals their intent to cross in a marked crosswalk, traffic must yield to those pedestrians, and there is an infraction fine for failing to yield to a pedestrian in a crosswalk.
We can get more publicity on it. I said this to the manager, and he said he will be working on it.
Yeah, we will also prepare an education campaign to put out on our social media pages regarding RRFBs.
Ultimately, I'm happy to hear that the state is providing more, and it is not at town expense. Okay, the next item on the agenda.
I do have two more pieces of correspondence, Mr. Chairman.
That's what I was going to, item B, underneath Woodbury Road, 821 Woodbury, a request for a driveway, a sign from DOT. Would you explain that, Chief?
Certainly. If you may recall, we had a resident on Woodbury Road, and 821 is actually the improper address there. The location of the residence is right near the intersection of Woodbury Road and Guernsey Town. So that's a typo as far as the numeric goes. But a few months ago, they requested through the LTA to have a blind driveway sign installed on Route 6, Woodbury Road, on the eastbound approach to their residence. We forwarded their request through the LTA to the Department of Transportation's Engineering Division, who reviewed the request, and I received correspondence back from them on October 3rd as follows. Dear Joshua Berniger, the Department of Transportation's Division of Traffic Engineering has reviewed your inquiry regarding the driveway in question on Woodbury Road, US Route 6 in the town of Watertown, and offers the following information at this time. Crash data. The latest available 3-year crash data between April 1 of 22 and April 1 of 25 indicates that there was one recorded crash in the vicinity of the subject property. The crash involved a single motorist collision with an animal crossing. Signing. The Connecticut Department of Transportation does not install blind driveway or similar warning signs. The contour of the land in Connecticut is such that blind driveways are not uncommon. Studies have found that these types of signs are often ignored and give a false sense of security to motorists using the driveway. If there is an issue with restricted sight lines, the responsibility for achieving adequate sight lines along a state highway lies typically with the owner of the private driveway. Should the owner of the driveway wish to pursue sightline improvements within the state's right-of-way, an encroachment permit needs to be obtained from the department's District 4 Office of Permits located at 359 South Main Street in Thomaston. Speeding concerns. According to the latest recorded 85th percentile speed of 63 miles per hour, excessive operating speeds are occurring along this portion of the roadway. The Department of Transportation recommends the town to discourage speeding by 1, enforcing the posted speed limit. That's where the police department comes in. 2, utilizing speed feedback signs, which post motorist speeds as they're approaching. Or 3, considering the pursuit of automated traffic enforcement safety devices, otherwise known as speed cameras. Unfortunately, there are motorists who choose to ignore traffic rules and signs. The quickest and most effective solution to discourage high operating speeds is continued increased law enforcement presence. The Connecticut Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office coordinates the Highway Safety Grant Program, which can sometimes help with funding for enforcement, which we do pursue all of those grants. That's the end of that correspondence, Mr. Chairman. I do have one additional that came in, if you'd want me to read that in as well.
Sure.
Lastly, go ahead. Okay, the last piece of correspondence received was regarding a request that has come in from a citizen who lives on 251 Litchfield Road. It's Route 63. They have stated that there's an accident currently out in front of my house on Route 63 at 251 Litchfield Road in Watertown, Connecticut. This is a state road, and it's extremely dangerous for several reasons. There is currently a passing zone on a stretch of this road that has resulted in multiple accidents over the span of a handful of years. The combination of the speed limit being 45 miles an hour, blind driveways, a blind hill, side roads with people turning into and off. It's a recipe for disaster, and we've seen it play out too many times. Fortunately, nobody has died in this accident, but it won't always be that case. There's absolutely no need for a passing zone in this location. Drivers are already entirely too reckless on this road, exceeding the speed limit by 10, 20, or more miles per hour. When will something be done about this? I look forward to your reply, as I know your agency would want to remedy dangerous road situations. This resident is requesting through the local traffic authority that a request be put into the Department of Transportation to eliminate the passing zone in the vicinity of 251 Litchfield Road. So we can, with the Commission's authority, add that to next month's agenda if you would like.
I think the nature of our meeting tonight is focusing on speed. And I realize our patrols are limited. We do have posted signs indicating how fast vehicles are moving, but we cannot hit them with any kind of violation. More and more, it gets us to the next item, I believe, on our agenda will be dealing with a discussion on speed cameras. And the more we hear, it seems to be that the motorists like to go fast. Today's vehicles encourage higher speeds. Very easy on the gas, you're already doing 35 and 40. You may not even realize it because of the modern vehicles that exist. Most of our roads are posted in the range, country roads, 25 to 30 miles an hour. So what we've been hearing, I'd like to stimulate some discussion on your views, commissioners, on speed cameras. It is open to discussion at this time.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
through you, regarding the last correspondence on Litchfield Road, since we don't have authority to take action on a state highway, my recommendation is to have you ask the chief to correspond with the state DOT to conduct any study that they would have to regarding the safety of a passing zone in the area of 251 Litchfield Road, Route 63 in Watertown.
Ruth, would you please take it on your agenda to look into 251 and take a look at the removal of that and maybe a request if you feel that is needed. And bring it back to the commission at our next monthly meeting.
I understand the request, and we'll take care of it.
Thank you, Chief.
Mr. Chairman, through you.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, my recommendation is to have the Police Commission send correspondence to the Town Council to look into the feasibility of having speed cameras in the town of Watertown. I do not believe that we have the authority, this commission has the authority to approve that. It has to go through the Town Council. Is that correct, Chief?
So the town council referred this matter to the police commission, And I think the town council is looking for the police commission's recommendation to either consider them or not consider them. If the recommendation is to consider them, the town council would have to take up the matter and pass an ordinance allowing for automated speed enforcement in Watertown.
Thank you, Chief. So, Mr. Chairman, my recommendation is that the Police Commission send correspondence to the town council recommending that we consider speed cameras in the town of Watertown.
You make that in the form of a motion, Vice Chairman?
Sure. I make a motion to send correspondence to the town council recommending the consideration of speed cameras in the town of Watertown.
Do I have a second on that?
Robert McCarthy, I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously to send it to the town council for action. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's move forward. The next matter on our agenda is a letter, okay, the discussion, we're under new business, discussion regarding the possible action concerning Cobb Street. I am sure if you have not seen a lot of action, the chief has been on every network in the state, and we've gotten a lot of negative replies on Watertown Talks that the only thing Watertown is noted for is high prices in our water system, and also the problem with over 50 animals at 44 or 45 Cobb Street. Chief, you are very familiar with this. This has been around, I guess, almost going on 3 years. And I know at one of our meetings, we recommended that police patrols would go through that area because there has been constant situations where at one time we had to call out because of the fact that the person had a gun at, I believe, at 45 Cobb Street, that there was possible threat. And that particular situation cost our citizens over $11,000. And that is a situation where we have to take into consideration how much time and effort goes into this particular situation. It has been bothering our community. Recently, I think the chief, you've been there, or at least that people had to go inside the home on 45 Cobb. Could you comment on what they found in that home, Chief? Did you hear me, Chief?
Yes, I'm going to take this one for the chief, if that's okay, sir.
Okay, who's speaking?
Deputy Chief Dominguez.
Thank you, Deputy Chief.
We received information, our animal control officer received information that the situation at Cobb Street had exceeded what we had knowledge of. So we began an investigation with the Detective Bureau and also our animal control officer, and we were able to get a search warrant for the home. And inside we found 25, as the news has stated, 25 dogs, puppies and adult dogs, and 25 kittens and cats inside of the 1,100 square foot home. So multiple agencies assisted us with removing all of these animals from the home. We have possession of them all, not only in Watertown because our facility is not large enough, but multiple agencies have taken, even though they're ours, they are assisting us for the care. All of them have been vetted and are being appropriately medicated and, fleas, ticks, any worms are all being addressed. Mr. Oliver was arrested for 50 counts of animal cruelty, and the court case is still underway as to what the status of the animals will be.
Thank you. Any further information, Chief? Hearing none. I have a little more information. I have in front of me a verified complaint against Martin Oliver, and it is going to the court. I was talking with our town attorney. He said this matter now is in the hands of the court. So whatever the decision that will come out will be in the hands of the court. The chief, I am sure you have a copy of this complaint. Our people are going to be, I'm sure, at the hearing, and when it is in Superior Court in Waterbury, and I think we have enough documentation to present to the court to take some action to try to litigate the problem at 45 Cobb Street. So I'd say the best we can do is await the outcome of the court. And I hope we have people from the department, especially the Animal Control Department, to be there at the court hearing to present what is taking place and the extreme conditions and unsafe conditions exist and the danger to innocent animals. Is there any further comments from members of the commission? Any comments from the deputy chief or chief?
No, sir.
Hearing none, can we move forward on our next item on the agenda? The next item on the agenda is old business. We have none. Chairman's report is to thank the Watertown Lions Club for their donation of road safety cones, and I believe they are needed whenever there is a traffic problem to slow down or to have traffic move in another lane by using these cones. Are you happy with that, Chief?
With the receipt of the cones from the Lions Club, sir?
Yes.
Yes, we're very grateful to the Watertown Lions Club for their very generous donation of traffic cones for each of our patrol vehicles. It's a set of 4 or 5 cones. They're small cones, about 16 to 18 inches high, that will be in each of our police cars, and allows us to mark a traffic accident scene or close a road where a limb may be down, and free up that patrol car. So we're very grateful for that donation. They're a wonderful partner to have in town.
Thank you. Okay, and then lastly is the police chief's monthly report. I believe you all got it through email, but Chief, you have any comment? You want to read it into the agenda?
Certainly, I'll read my report into the minutes, and would be happy to entertain any questions from the commission. First off, I had written that the Watertown Police Department's sworn ranks are fully staffed with 42 members. However, since the writing of this report, we have received the resignation of one of our sworn officers who wishes to change his career path and go into the private sector. So we will be working on a hiring process to replace that officer. Dispatch, we have filled that one full-time vacancy. A new full-time dispatcher will be starting training actually tomorrow. We've also hired 2 per diem dispatchers, which have already been now fully trained and are able to help fill vacant shifts. Our communications supervisor unfortunately has announced his resignation effective October 13th, and we have put out a new hiring process, and we are hopeful to fill this position as quickly as possible with a qualified candidate. An assistant animal control officer has been hired, part-time, 20 hours per week, and started work on October 2nd, and is still training at this time. The Town of Watertown radio communications upgrade project continues as scheduled. The police department will be receiving 45 portable radios and 5 mobile vehicle radios from the grant project on an early release to hold the department over until the project is fully complete, as many of our radios are kind of on their last leg right now and need significant repairs. So we'll be very grateful to receive the new radios early. The new tower sites on Judd Farm and Black Rock Dam are scheduled to begin construction very soon, and the dispatch radio consoles will be upgraded by the end of the calendar year. The entire system won't be fully built out until well into 2026. An adult and youth citizens police academy are being planned for February and March of 2026. We'll keep the commission informed as to the status of those academies. And lastly, the upgrading of the police department's gun range on Old Baird Road has been completed to include a steel portable structure with a concrete patio and roof. Electricity has been connected to provide lighting for the range. This concludes my report.
Are there any questions from members of the commission to the chief? Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, a motion is in order for adjournment.
So moved.
We
Second.
have a second.
Second.
Who made that second?
Rossi.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Abstention. Motion is carried unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a good night. Thank you, Chief and Deputy Chief, and Mr. Pollack. Bye.
Recording stopped.